It's a good way to start the video, isn't it? Hello everybody. I was just looking at my YouTube videos and I've realised it says on my list of videos actually that my last video was 6 months ago. I mean actually yeah, maybe that's about right. It's a little over 6 months though, I think. I think it'll be, I think 2nd of August it was, by the looks of it, so it'll be 7 months tomorrow, because it's the 1st of March today. So yeah, I can't believe it's been that long actually. Life's been pretty busy since having Maisie, and I think, I'm sure in one of the videos I mentioned about the complications I had at 32 weeks. And from there I didn't really update any more videos. So the problems persisted. I was back and forth to the hospital twice a week, having Dopplers and CTGs, and the blood flow in the cord was still raised, and obviously my placenta wasn't working correctly because of this, and Maisie's growth was slow. It was slow. So on the one that I've just kind of watched briefly, I mentioned that I was counting down in 2-week blocks. So it was a 33 week update, and I was saying how I was counting down to 35 weeks and then I would count down to 37 weeks. Well, that was it. That's all I needed to count down to, because at 37 weeks they decided to induce me because of the complications, and Maisie was born on the 30th of August. Obviously her due date was the 20th of September, but she came on the 30th of August at exactly 37 weeks. That's when they induced me. She was born a lovely 6'2", which I thought was a really nice weight considering they were a bit concerned about how slowly she was growing. 6'2" for 37 weeks I thought was really good. And she was born with a few complications, bless her. Obviously I've always made it very clear, me and Jack have never accepted screening for any of our children, because we've always said that we would love our children no matter what, and my anxiety would have just played hell through my pregnancy if we had known that there was a problem. And to try and deal with any problems mentally during pregnancy would have been hard for me to then concentrate on the other 4 children. So yeah, Maisie was born with Down syndrome. She was officially diagnosed when she was a week old. And then at about 6 weeks old, we found out she had a hole in her heart and a hole in her valve, which affects her breathing. So she's on medication for those at the moment, some spironolactone and some furosemide, just to kind of help her breathe a bit better, and for everything to kind of function hopefully as normally as it can for now. We are waiting on a date for open heart surgery for her, which will be a very hard day for everyone, I think. Obviously not as hard as it will be for Maisie, but obviously she's only a baby and she won't remember it. You know, me and Daddy, and I'd say especially Rory will always remember that. Maybe Archie too. Archie's 6 now, he might remember it too. Louis 4, I don't think he'll remember it when he's older. Well, they say, don't they, that you tend to remember things from your childhood from around the age of 5. So I think that Archie might remember it. Rory definitely will. And then obviously Emily definitely won't.
What are you on about?
Maisie's surgery. You'll probably remember it when you're older, and Archie probably potentially will, but Louis won't.
How do you know?
Because they say that you don't really remember stuff from your childhood. Oh, sorry, the earliest you'll remember stuff from your childhood is from the age of 5. So Louis is 4 at the minute. Whatever he does between 0 and 5, he probably won't remember when he's my age, for example. Anyway, so yeah, we did have our date for Maisys surgery. They gave us the 7th of February, but then they took that away from us and gave it to somebody else because somebody was more urgent, which, you know, is bittersweet, I suppose. I'm glad Maisie isn't that urgent case that she needs to be put in front of somebody else. But ultimately it was a bit frustrating because we were, you know, planning childcare and making sure we had everything sorted for the 7th of February. So now we're just kind of in that waiting limbo situation again, wondering when she'll get her date. Hopefully soon.
Mummy, I've nearly got V-Bucks. Because I've only got that much left.
Okay. So it's been a hard few months.
Rebecca, make myself so red.
She turned. Oh, that's great, that Rory. She turned 6 months old yesterday. Yes, it was 28th of February, but obviously there's no 30th in February, and it wasn't a leap year. So the 28th of February, because as soon as I hit March, I don't want to celebrate 6 months. So the 28th of February was the option. This month she'll turn 7 months on my nephew's birthday. So bless her. Yeah, it's been a rocky few months finding out all her diagnoses. And then before Christmas, I ended up in hospital with Maisie. She was really quite poorly. They put it down as bronchiolitis, but she tested positive for human metapneumovirus, which I'd never heard of before, and I think they formally write it as HMPV, which rings a bell to me. I just never knew it stood for human metapneumovirus. It's a respiratory virus, which is why I think they put it down as bronchiolitis. And we were in for about 10 days. It was really awful. The kids came in a couple times, like, to see us. You know, she had a wire hanging off her foot to keep her eye on her oxygen levels, and tubes up her nose, and a big pipe thing because she was on the Airvo machine the first time. She was really struggling. She really wasn't well at all, bless her. So that was really hard, and it put a lot of pressure on me and Daddy in regards to the other children and Daddy working. And yeah, it was just hard. It was really hard that first time, and I know we really put a lot of pressure on each other, and it was hard. Anyway, we were out in time for Christmas. We got out on I think it was the 7th or the 8th of December. You keep getting woken up, don't you, baby girl? So we had a nice Christmas, and then at the end of January we ended up back in hospital again. Similar again. Oh, excuse me, but she wasn't as poorly this time. She was still smiling and feeding and having plenty of wet nappies. It was mainly the oxygen the second time, so it would help with that oxygen. That was the only thing that kept us in for the 10 days, really, and the feeding. And then it was generally, the oxygen was the only thing that kept us in the second time. And we were in for about 5 days. which at least cut the first one in half. But she's doing really well, and the doctors are really happy with how she's gaining weight. And obviously, the more weight the bigger she is, the stronger she is for her surgery, and the bigger everything else will be for the surgeons to do what they need to do. So the weight, I suppose, again, is one of those bittersweet things. The waiting is awful because you're waiting on that call, but also the more we wait, the bigger she's getting and the stronger she's getting. So yeah, very bittersweet. But she's doing so well. Look, she's sleeping at the moment. It's a funny one with her Down syndrome. Obviously, like I say, we didn't know about it until she was born, and so she was born at 10:40 at night, and I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, because I didn't sleep very well at all. Like, I don't think I actually slept properly. I didn't sleep at all actually, so from obviously getting up on the Friday morning to going to be induced to then going to sleep again, it was like 36 hours. I was awake for 36 hours. I could not sleep at all. And I think it was a mixture of adrenaline and everything going round in my head after someone expressing that they thought she had Down syndrome too. I think it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke my husband up, woke Jack up. And I said to him, obviously at this point her face was really swollen still, so it was hard to really tell on much. But I said to him, when Maisie looks at me, I can see Down syndrome. And he was like, no, she doesn't have that. Like, he couldn't see it. Like, my mum and dad couldn't see it. His mum and dad couldn't see it.
Mama, could you do a bit of this?
My friends couldn't see it. Nobody could see these features. Not even the midwives picked up on it when she was born, and they didn't.
Mummy, can you help me out?
Maisie's trying to sleep now.
Let me help out. I'll go. I don't know how to start.
And then, so obviously when Jack said no, he couldn't see it, she didn't have that, I kind of brushed it off my shoulder a bit, but I did keep seeing it every time she looked at me, and I just thought, I'm just being one of those paranoid mums. Anyway, so I think it was about 6 o'clock in the morning. One of the junior paediatricians came in to do her head to toe check, and she was born with 2 toes. No, not just 2 toes. So she's got 10 toes, but 2 toes, the same toe on each foot, tuck under towards the big toe. So he was gonna speak to someone about that and send someone in to have a look at her toes. And he also expressed concerns about her hips.
Why?
Which I didn't understand. That's great. You keep disturbing Maisie. Shush. Excuse me. Anyway, so I think it was then about 8 o'clock, maybe at 8:30, that one of the senior paediatricians came in to repeat the head to toe check. She came in with herself, another paediatrician, which I think was training, and then the midwife was in the room as well. So she did it all, and she says everything seems really good. She was happy with her hips, her eyes, she was really happy. But then she turned to us. Her face kind of changed, as if she had some news to tell us. And she just said, when you look at your baby, do you see anything? at that point, I remembered what I'd said to my husband literally only 5 hours before, and I started to cry. I looked at Jack and I said, no, sorry, I looked at Jack, looked back at the doctors, and I said, Down syndrome.
Have you played it now?
And all she did was nod her head. I think she could tell that I was taking it quite hard, not because she had Down syndrome, but because it's a lot to take in. Like, I had literally only given birth to Maisie not even 12 hours before. My hormones will have still been incredibly high, and it's a shock, you know, it's a shock. And the plans that you make for your children when you're pregnant, they change.
You made me leave now.
Because you know that that child is going to have a lot to have to deal with.
You wanted to leave. No, I didn't. Oh my god, I thought she just thought about work.
Little did we know how much we'd be dealing with, because we've gone through a lot with her already. Bless her, she was, like I said, she was 6 months yesterday, and in the 6 months of life, she's been admitted into hospital twice, she's been diagnosed with 2 conditions, she's in and out of the hospital for different appointments, like physio and cardiology and paediatrician appointments, and she's been back and forth for her RSV. So yeah, it's just, you know, it's a journey. It's gonna be an amazing journey, I know. But so far, it has been a hard journey, hasn't it, baby girl?
Don't cry.
I'm not.
Don't cry.
I'm not. But yeah, she's absolutely lovely. She sucks her thumb. None of my other kids have sucked their thumb. And it's so cute because she will literally suck her thumb to death. She has a dummy, but she does love to suck her thumbie. She has a dummy, but she does love to suck her thumbie. I just love it. I love it. I love seeing babies suck. The only thing, obviously, you can't take thumbs away, can you? So, but yeah, she's such a lovely little girl. Her smile is contagious. She's just beautiful. Wouldn't change a single hair on her head, and I wouldn't change a single hair on any of my kids' heads.
Don't cry.
And
Please
Emily,
don't cry.
and Emily has put a welly on her foot that's far too small. So how I'm gonna get that off her foot, I really don't know. It's gonna be crushing her little toes. Anyway, on that note, here's the others.
I can get this Ford Bronto.
Rory's now 8, turned 8 at the end of January. Archie's now 6, Louis is 4, but it'll be 5 in June.
Could you get it for me now?
What am I getting?
It's Ford Bronto.
What am I getting here? Like, have you got enough stuff?
Yes. I'm getting this Ford Bronto.
I don't even know what to do, man.
You just have to click on purchase and then say yes. Say yes and then.
But it says you've only got 7,304. But you need 100,000, baby.
Okay.
Is there any cheaper ones?
I'll have a look.
Yeah, the boys are completely obsessed with Roblox these days, so that's fun.
Will that be enough money to get this?
No, still not enough, babe.
Is that enough money? 6.
No, still.
Oh, the good cars.
Oh dear.
This enough money?
No, but it is getting cheaper. Let's have a look. See what there is. Right, I'm gonna go help Rory with this. But I will try and do another update soon because I definitely left it too long. So yeah, Maisie's here. She's got an extra chromosome, but she's absolutely incredible. Isn't she, Rory?
Yeah, but she sometimes be sick.
Oh, she has been a bit of a sicky baby, hasn't she? But she's all right.
We're all sick. We've all been sicky babies.
You weren't.
I wasn't.
Oh, no. The rest of you weren't sicky baby.
Hello, guys. I am 10.
No, he isn't.
Yes, I am. Don't lie, Mummy. I'm literally 10 right now.
He's 8. I'm leaving. Goodbye for now. I'll speak to you all soon.
I'm 10. Bye.